Hi everyone, it's Tirza here again, Tirza Schaefer, your favorite author. Right, it's been so much fun so far. I've really loved it. I love pulling the cards for you. I'm definitely going to do that again soon. Sue already said I should be doing more readings from my books as well. So, yeah, let me know what you liked and what you would like to have more of. So, I'll endeavor to satisfy your wishes. So, but now it's time for Opposites Attract. That's my longest novel. There you go. Yeah. And that's a funny one as well because I really was working with opposites here. You don't just have. Thank you. Hi, Sue. I can only see Sue right now, but hi to everybody who's there. Um, Love you, Sue, so much. Yeah, so you don't just have the female and the male being the opposites. One is a philosophy teacher and the other one is a marine officer. But you also have like opposites inside each person, right? And not only those two main characters, but there's more around. There's like plastic boobs and sandal guru had to make fun a bit of, you know, various stereotypes. That was really fun writing it, so I hope you'll enjoy that as well. They won't be featuring here yet, but so far it's only the main one, Jada, who's the female one who's gonna appear now, and her friends. But there's still more to come in the future, of course. So let's start with Opposites Attract, Chapter 1. Oh, hi, Astara! Good morning to you in Australia. That's wonderful. I'm looking forward to a glass of wine and going to bed and sleep. I'm not sure if I can sleep, but I'm definitely looking forward to that glass of wine. I think after today, I've really deserved that. Anyway, Chapter 1, Teaching Philosophy. It had been a struggle to find her first job as a lecturer. Jada had done bartending and waitressing after college before finding a job as teaching assistant, and finally she had landed her first job as a lecturer at George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia. She was good and the students liked her, so did her colleagues. Jada was happy and had great plans for the next year. Her teaching style was uncommon, and so were the topics she discussed with her students. However, she had had great results so far, and she was well liked and respected for it in the college community. Her happy, outgoing attitude and positive, caring demeanor had won her the hearts of many. Jada believed in hard work, playing with the team, supporting each other, and helping those in need. She had even let a student, a young woman, sleep on her couch for a couple of nights when the girl had broken up with her boyfriend and needed a place to sleep before finding a room of her own. Jada had helped with that too. The girl had turned out to be one of her best students, and she had high hopes that she'd get very far in her field. Then she had received a call from a friend she'd gone to school with. He had found his old high school yearbook and done some research to find Jada's new contact details. They'd been close friends at school, and as they'd gone to college in different parts of the country, they had lost contact. After talking on the phone a couple of times and catching up, he invited her to visit over the spring break for a week and meet his wife as well. Jada had spoken to Andy's wife Kathy on the phone as well and had been touched how friendly and open Kathy was. She had never had anything but a platonic relationship with Andy, but some women were jealous of female friends. However, Kathy wasn't one of them. She was warm, welcoming, and genuinely interested to get to know her. Kathy herself had majored in arts, and Andy had made her dream come true to have her own gallery in the heart of Marietta on the Square. It had been his wedding gift to his wife, and she had made a success of it so far. She told Jada that there would be a vernissage at the gallery during her stay, the work of a new young artist Kathy had found. Jada had a few evening dresses for use for occasions at George Mason University, where she was employed at the Department of Philosophy. They weren't overly sexy or glamorous, but still flattering. Jada never overdressed. She was trying to fit in with the teaching crowd, and those mostly wore casual or formal clothes. She packed a formal dress for the opening night of the exhibition at the gallery, and otherwise jeans, skirts, and other casual clothes. Kathy picked her up from the airport as Andy was working, and the two women hit it off from the start. When they reached the Towner's house, Jada was duly impressed. Yeah, I know, I'm still trying to get my head around it myself, but Andy insisted we have a big house because he had to entertain wealthy lawyers and clients, so anything more humble wasn't an option. You know, we met in college and he had a good salary considering it was a student job. I thought we could carve a life for ourselves in a few years and all that, but Andy moved so fast up the ladder it still makes me dizzy to think about it. He is so intelligent, but of course you know that. Jada laughed. She knew exactly what Kathy meant. Andy had saved her skin more than once, helping her with studies, researching for papers, and even in their casual conversations, she had always learned something from him. The man was a walking dictionary on almost any subject you cared to address. When Kathy showed her the guest room she was going to inhabit during her stay, her eyes widened. It's the size of my entire upper floor. Kathy laughed and helped her unpack while chatting away happily. When they were done, Kathy gave her a tour of the house, and then they had brunch together as Jada had landed early, and afterwards the two women had a swim in the heated pool outside. Oh, can you? Hi, Debbie. I'm sorry if you can't hear me. Maybe you should start the video again, maybe, because I hope you can. Nobody else said something. So if nobody else says there's no sound, I'll assume the rest can hear me. Okay, I'll just continue. Once they were dressed again, Kathy took Jada to her gallery and showed her the premises. At present, there were still other works on display than what would be shown at the exhibition, and Jada offered to help with the work prior to the grand opening. Kathy gave her a warm hug. You know, Andy says he's happy to pay for an assistant, so I don't have to do it all on my own, but I don't feel comfortable with that. I want to stand in my own right and not have this as an expensive hobby of a bored lawyer's wife. You know, shine my own light, have my own achievements. He bought the shop for me and paid for the refurbishments, but the rest, I want to do it all on my own. Jada smiled. She liked Kathy more and more. Oh, good. You have sound. Wonderful. Sorry about the interruptions there. Now I lost my place. Yeah, she liked Kathy more and more. She didn't have a partner, so needed to make her own living, but she knew even if she had a wealthy husband, she'd never be happy merely being a trophy wife herself. She needed to work her brain too much as that she could be happy having beauty treatments and coffee rounds with other bored wealthy housewives all day long. She had always wanted to be a teacher, and from a young age, linguistics and philosophy had interested her greatly. Now she was teaching with passion, and the response she received from her students was more than worth it. Often, one or two stayed behind after her lectures to ask more questions, and the interest she showed made Jada's heart warm every time. She loved to help form a young person's mind and help them to think independently and with differentiation, not to be a mindless sheep following the herd. Kathy allowed her to pop next door to get them coffees, and they talked about how they would change the layout of the gallery and where to put which artifacts for maximum effect. Jada was knowledgeable about art. She liked the classics where you could clearly see what the artist had meant to depict. Abstract art either looked nice to her or not, but she never tried to interpret it. She went by intuition, whether looking at it made her feel good and happy or not. That was her only criteria. She couldn't care less how genial the technique had been. If something felt creepy or negative to her, she didn't like it. She told Kathy as much, and her new friend laughed. I like the way you think. Of course, I look more at techniques and other factors as well, but I don't feel comfortable with apocalypse scenarios either. Life is there to be lived and to have fun doing it, right? Jada grinned. She liked Kathy even better now, and she understood why Andy adored her the way he did. He tended to be more serious, sometimes being prone to worry himself, and Kathy was sure to keep him on the bright side of life. She was very happy that her old friend had found such a wonderful life partner, and that she had the honor to be their guest and start a friendship with Kathy too. Excuse me. The two women sipped on their coffee, tried a few layouts and changed a few minor details. Then the plan for the exhibition was set, and while they were working, they also spoke about Jada's love of philosophy and how she went about teaching it. That was a really nice overview of the subject you gave me there in less than 10 minutes. You must be a great teacher. I wouldn't know where to start if someone asked me to hold an introductory talk about art. Your students must love it, Kathy remarked with a beaming face. I love to teach. I love to see those light bulb moments in young people when they develop their own thinking and suddenly understand something at a deeper level. It's so rewarding, and I have to say my students seem to like me too, Jada explained. Kathy hugged her quickly. I'm sure they adore you and worship the ground you walk on, she told Jada emphatically. Andy joined them at the gallery in the late afternoon and dragged them out, saying that he wanted to take them to dinner and afterwards for drinks and at a jazz bar. They all drove home to change and then went out again to put Andy's plan into action. As the evening wore on, Jada became tired, as she had got up very early that morning to catch her flight, and her considerate hosts noticed, although she did her best not to show her exhaustion. They cut the evening short after only an hour at the bar and went home. After one last glass of wine, Jada went to bed and slept soundly until the next morning. Sue, I can hear you groan. The chapter is over, the evening is over, but all is not lost because I'll be back. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you soon. Leave your comments, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.